Welcome back, everyone. It's Savage Sasquatch, and we are playing Ghost Recon Wildlands on the Xbox One.
Go ahead without me.
You know what? I don't want a motorcycle, I want a vehicle. Alright, so in our last episode, we took down El Moro, or whatever his name was. We'll look at the big map here real quick. You can see we've taken out half of the map here. But yeah, El Muro, that's what he's called. Alright, and so when we killed or captured El Cardinal, that opened up a El Sueno quest, and so we're gonna go do that quest now. And a second quest opened up when we killed El Muro, and from what I read, after you have taken out 2 head bosses, then you can actually go after El Sueno. So my guess is the second quest will actually be...
I have some very important information for you, my friend.
What happened?
El Sueño. One of my men claims to have seen him.
We've been in Bolivia all this time. This is the first that anyone who was in cartel has seen El Sueño. Who is this man of yours?
You're right to be suspicious. The information isn't clear, but with all our recent success, we must have forced El Sueño to show his face. There are no buchones left to run things. This could be our chance, Nomad. We can force the cartel out of Bolivia.
Send us the location where you want to meet. We'll be there.
Alright, so that right there is probably our second El Sueño mission. We're going to go for the first one because I want to see what happens. I mean, it seems like it's an ambush. Our guys believe it to be an ambush. But you know what? Well, let's see what it's all about. So I think I talked quite a bit in the last video or two about this, but I have decided not to pursue the other half of the targets on the map. Mainly because, you know, I'm very much enjoying the game. Don't get me wrong. But I don't want to... I feel like it's kind of pointless if it lets me get El Sueño now. I feel like it's kind of pointless to go and take out every last little henchman. Like, it'll let you see some more stuff, but there's not been that much that we've seen that changes things up very much. It's the same, go to a region, do a bunch of, like, travel around, do a bunch of side missions, and I mean, they change a little bit, but very rarely are there anything that's just terribly dynamic compared to the others. So I don't feel like we're really missing out on too much. So we're going to go ahead and go after El Sueño as soon as we can, because if this was a real mission and we had a chance to kill El Sueño, we wouldn't say, oh, well, you know what? No, we're going to go kill all his friends. So that way there's nobody to take over. I mean, maybe you would. I don't know. But we're gonna take the target off the board. But first, let's see what this mission is about. So make sure if we're going to be playing some more games coming up soon here, especially having finished this up. So make sure you subscribe, and if there's anything that you want to see us play, please leave it in the comments. And all right. Ugh. You know what? I think we're fine. I think we're fine just parking here and being a little stealthy about this. Oh. You can now confront El Sueño. You can either complete the story or continue to further destabilize the cartel and improve your character. Alright. Now I feel like I was heading towards the ambush mission. Maybe the ambush mission turns into the real thing.
We got a large cartel base. Keep your eyes open. Phone.
That's no IED. It's ringing too much.
Find it. I still don't see anybody.
What the fuck is going on?
Stay sharp. Watch for an ambush. There's the phone.
We're gonna answer. I ain't picking that shit up.
Fuck's sake.
Hola, caballeros. This is El Sueño. It is a pleasure to finally speak with you.
And here I thought we were gonna meet face to face. Don't tell me you're running late.
I apologize for the subterfuge, but people in our line of work, we must be cautious. But I am not the liar. There are no sicarios in your area. No unidad. I only wish to talk.
Tell us where you are, then we'll talk.
I am only attempting to end the bloodshed. There is no need for it. It's bad for my business, and it is bad for Bolivia. This country has been trying to get back on its feet for decades. Do not kick it back down.
Says the guy who turned this country into his own personal glory hole. You got something of value to say?
There are 4 cars in front of you. Consider them a signing bonus.
You better say that again. Must be something wrong with my hearing. You want to hire us?
You're 4 of the most dangerous people alive. Of course I want to hire you. Every day you risk your life for your country, and your government pays you casi nada. Put those skills to work for me, for Santa Blanca, and you will make more money than you can imagine.
Sorry, but we're gonna have to politely ask you to go fuck yourself. See, we only came to this meeting to kill you. The fact that you aren't here just means you get a little more time on this earth. But I figure you should start saying your goodbyes, because we're coming for you. And we're gonna burn you down.
So be it. I will enjoy watching you try.
Bowman, we're still breathing. The Sueno made us a pretty lucrative job offer.
Job offer. Did you take it?
Benefits package wasn't great. We told him we were gonna kill him. So you're stuck with us for now.
Fair enough. Be in touch.
All right. So that was one half of the pie. Now it's time for the other half. Okay, we got to figure out exactly where that is. All right. Here, we're going to go out to here. Let's go to El Sueno, and we will... Mission 2.
We've received word from Pat Katari that one of his rebels might have discovered El Sueno's location. Talk to the rebel and find out what he knows.
All right. So it seems like this will be our closest point right here. And we're going to go see what this El Sueno mission, I think this might be it. We are close, I feel, my friends. I like that it did put the thing up on our screen that confirms, like, you can go after him and end the game, or you can continue to make your character better and destabilize the cartel.
I'll drive.
All right. And we're off to Sueno Pequeño. Let's see. So I think we're just gonna... Oh!
Shit balls.
Oh man, I'm getting tired, and the profanity's getting funny as I get tireder. I don't know why. I've been hearing him say that all day, and just now did I start finding it amusing for some reason. Alright. So I checked right before this, and we're basically... I'd heard that this was a 40 to 50 hour game, and I guess that is if you decide to do everything, like... If you decide to explore out all the areas, take out all the bosses, and really complete the map, and I can see I can definitely see a point for doing that. But you know, we're at the 20-hour mark, and we've gotten here. I don't even think it would take us 40, to be honest. That being said, I'd rather just be done with it.
This is the RV. Something isn't right. Come on,
Uh-oh.
move.
Rut-row-roge.
Shit, I got a body here. It's that rebel leader Amaru.
We freed that guy from the cartel.
Trying to call Pac, but it isn't going through.
Think Pac and his rebels stood down with the cartel, and Pac had to run?
Doesn't look like there was much of a fight here. I'm calling Bowman. Maybe she's heard from Pac. Bowman, got a situation. You set up a meet with Pac and one of his guys.
With Pac? Where are you?
Listen, instead of Pac, we found Amaru. He's been killed. You heard from Pakatari?
Pakatari is here with me in Pucara.
Bowman. Bowman.
Uh-oh.
What's going on here?
No idea. But we gotta get to Bowman. Fast.
Never thought I'd hear myself say this about a CIA officer, but if they hurt her, I'll burn this whole fucking country down to get back at them. Right there with you, man.
Bowman said Pac was with her, and the call got cut off.
Might be the sat phone dropped the call.
Might be Pac fucked us. Weaver, can you track Bowman's last known in Pucara?
Got it.
Did Pakatari double-cross us? They're not far. We'll try driving it.
We've received word from Pakatari that one of his rebels might have discovered El Sueño's location. Talk to the rebel and find out what he knows.
Oops. Man, this whole countryside looks great. Oh man, I feel like this is going to end badly. Like we're doing the kangaroo jumps. If we were playing Forza, we'd be getting kangaroo bonuses right now. But so far, we're avoiding all the big rocks.
Man, it's bad enough these cartel assholes are getting the military.
Russia will sell shit to anybody if the money's good. Arms dealing is like the national sport over there. It's not just the Russians. The U.S. poured a whole lot of weapons in South America back in the 80s. A lot of it got stolen or taken off dead soldiers over the years.
You just wait. One of these days we're gonna be in help, and one of these cartel fuckers is gonna roll up on us in a tank. Then what are we gonna do?
Same thing we always do with the sweet ride in Bolivia. We steal it.
Our little silly pickup here made it through all of that. That was a crazy ride.
Bowman.
Pakatari.
What about him?
He turned on us. We were sent here as a diversion.
Diversion from what?
Sueno. The rebels found out where he is. Get to the mausoleum. I'll meet you there. Nomad? You understand what this means, right?
From here on out, Pakatari and the rebels are no longer our allies.
Pakatari double-crossed us. Reach the mausoleum. Alright. So it's that big old mountain there. And we got company.
Engaging tangos.
So they're actually gonna try to take us out. Silly heads. I guess I shouldn't be running so liberally through here. Our teammates have like a virtual army to make it through to get to us.
Thanks.
Well, you guys aren't using it, so I might as well.
Hola, camarada.
Pac, what the hell are you trying to do?
Same thing as you, amigo. Doing what's right for my country. El Sueño will die on Bolivia's soil. My people must know. The government must know. The other cartels must know. The rebels are not slaves for the Americans. We are strong on our own.
Is that why you killed Amaru? Because he wasn't strong enough.
Amaru was a man of ideals. Brilliant ideals. But ideals do not feed people. Ideals do not build armies. Ideals do not take down corrupt governments.
Neither does getting your people killed.
My people know that if they die today, they will return tomorrow as thousands and thousands.
That's not gonna make it any less painful.
If there is one thing I've learned to embrace in this life, it's pain. A lesson I will soon teach to El Sueño. Now, unless you want to end up the same way, I suggest you leave Bolivia. Thank you for your help. Adios, camarada.
Wow. I have a feeling we're going to have to switch vehicles at some point here. And this might be that point, actually. I see a nice little Jeep right here. I could go for that. This one isn't smoking horribly. Still got 7 minutes to make it the last 2 kilometers of this trip. Oh, that was not good though, ramming that. I don't know why they drop all these barriers down if we can just drive right through them. Oh gosh, they are mortaring us. Whew. Guns a-blazing. We must be camping because this is intense. Yeah, I know I used that in another video somewhere, but I like that joke. Mainly because nobody else does. Oh gosh. This vehicle is now smoking. But alright, since that one's smoking, we're gonna get in this one.
Shake, take cover.
This is vehicle of the day. No, ladies! I don't... I did just swerve to miss the old ladies running across the road. You know, they're setting up roadblocks here, but they're not in all these vehicles, and it seems to me that this is not a bad vehicle to take to war here. So yeah, good luck slowing me down now, buddy. Squish. Squish. Yep, I don't really care what you parked in the road. We still got 5 minutes and we're here. In a tank. Or the next closest thing, an APC with a tank cannon. Alright. I'm glad they're bringing us back up here because this was one of the most epic little Papoom! This was one of the most epic places that they created for us to go explore. Alright, they do have a helicopter up here. I don't think we were meant to bring this up here. We just drove through the big concrete barrier that would normally stop you from getting here. This is wonderful. Still got 3.5 minutes to get up there. And all who stand before us don't stand for long. Man, those guys are good shots. I can appreciate that. I'm curious if this thing will take out the helicopter, because that would be epic. It would be funny if we weren't meant to bring this up here and then we just, like, destroy El Sueño with it because this was not as intended, but... Well, can we get over these? I doubt it. I think this is where we're gonna definitely have to go on foot. Seems like it. But really, it shouldn't be any other way. Alright, out we go.
Take cover.
Alright, do we just open this door? It seems that we do.
Show us your fucking hands, now!
I would. But unfortunately, my hands are full at the moment.
Where is he? I want to see the big bad Jefe.
Put it down.
As you wish. Adios, Senor Katari.
Huh. Pekatari.
You have 5 seconds to get on your knees and interlace your fingers before I put a hollow point through your forehead.
You're going to want to answer your phone, Officer Bowman.
It's a little creepy.
Hello? Sir? Yes. Yes, I don't understand. Sir... Sir, that is not possible. I am telling you that it's not... Please, I am asking you that you... Sir... Yes, I understand. Fuck!
Bowman?
Fuck you! Fuck!
Bowman, what is it? Bowman!
He got full immunity. He made a deal and he got...
The deal with
Fuck!
who?
Who do you think? The DOJ?
Hold on. Hold on. You're not
He
saying...
offered up the heads of 4 other cartels, plus 3 terror groups that traffic heroin.
His competition. How is this possible?
As I told you, if you have power, everything else follows.
It's a big dude.
Now, if you don't mind, Senora Bowman. It seems that yesterday you were my adversary. Today you are nothing but my chauffeur. Take me to your supervisors.
I'm sorry.
Bowman, no!
There we go. There's his full immunity. She kind of tanked her career, but she did what was right, even though the government wouldn't say it.
The dream is dead. If you're watching this, that means I have executed El Sueño. I'm certain that people will think I went crazy, that I did it out of emotion, that I broke. Fuck them. They're wrong. I knew exactly what I was doing. This piece of shit, this monster, tortured my friend, killed him, decapitated my partner, massacred thousands. And he gets to walk? Sorry, but not on my fucking watch. Given what El Sueño knew about Ricky Sandoval, he would have been unstoppable. Trivia question. What happens when you give immunity to a drug lord? Ding, ding, ding. You get a dictator. Taking out a drug lord is one thing, but stopping a dictator? You need a few more than 4 operators for that. My career, my freedom, my life is not worth more than the people of South America. Obviously, not everyone agrees, which is why I'm most likely now in a federal correctional institute, getting 3 hots in a cot for the next 45 to life for murder. By now, CIA has probably released an official statement saying the case officer in question is no longer employed by this agency and acted in direct opposition to her superiors. Her actions have caused great harm to the continued efforts of the intelligence community here and abroad. And guess what? They're right. I would have done the same thing as them. No hard feelings here. I just hope they don't leave Bolivia. Without Pakatari, the rebellion will tear itself apart with infighting. Unidad will make a deal with the next criminal organization that comes along, and the remains of Santa Blanca will split off and form new mini-cartels, all with shitty names like Nueva Frontera Cartel, Barrio Familia, and Los Hijos del Sueño. Everyone will continue killing each other for that coca. I wonder, if God knew all the destruction that this little leaf would bring, would she have still created it? Or maybe that's exactly why she did. I don't even know anymore. But it's no longer my question to answer. So I leave you with this. In the dying words of Augustus, founder and first emperor of the Roman Empire, have I played the part well? Then applaud as I exit. Bowman out.
Roll credits. All right. So this was Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. This was definitely a step up for the series. I'm going to go ahead and give you my video review. This was definitely a step up for the series. Like, the last installment was, I think, Advanced Warfighter or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was called, but it was solid. It was good. But everything was very scripted, whereas in this, you could approach things from whatever direction. This kind of reminds me of the same idea of what they did in the last Metal Gear versus the other ones, going linear, scripted, versus being able to approach things and execute them in your own manner. They created a huge open world. I mean, you know, something like 15-20 kilometers across. That's massive, and it's beautiful. It looks really good. It doesn't look quite as good as some other things. Like, it doesn't match up to, say, like Battlefield or Uncharted 4, but it's not far off. Definitely, they did themselves proud in the graphics department. And I really like the story. What we just saw there with how Karen Bowman ended up saying, screw the rest of my life, and because I'm not going to let El Sueño walk on some kind of immunity deal, and I'm going to put others in front of me and defy the government and kill El Sueño. I thought that was just a wonderful twist. I think they did a pretty good job story-wise with what they had here. You know, and I feel like they created good characters. You know, a lot of the bosses and underbosses and henchmen and all the named characters, they seem to create a good bit of character for them or whatnot. The gameplay was pretty fun as well. You know, I mean, I enjoyed being able to tackle these missions from whatever angle, and the fact that they made so much in this game, like, you cannot fault the game for being too short. You know, we were able to finish the story in about 20 to 22 hours range. I think it's probably the 21-hour mark right now. So, you know, I've heard reports that this was a 40 to 50-hour game, closer to 50. And really, it's only that if you choose to do everything. You know, you don't have to do all the side missions. You don't have to do all the go find all the collectibles around the map, even the ones that give you upgrades. You will get plenty just playing through this naturally. You know, and therein lies one of the game's flaws. Like, it lets you find a host of different guns and mods and things that improve your stats per se, but none of them really feel that much more powerful. I took the same gun that I began the game with, and I finished the game with it. I'd never changed from my original assault rifle. I did replace my SMG with a sniper rifle because that's much more useful. An assault rifle is going to work just as well as an SMG up close, because really your biggest challenge is from enemies seeing you before you see them. And really, as long as you see them first and are able to get your sights up on them, you're going to win the fight. And having a bit extra stats isn't going to make a big difference. Very similar in what you would expect from like a Call of Duty kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, like, we didn't need all these upgrades. We didn't need... I mean, don't get me wrong, some of them are very valuable, and you're going to want some of them. And I liked being able to pursue out all of our tech trees. You know, we did also encounter... Another complaint I have is we did encounter some glitches. There was a place where early on, I got stuck on some rocks. And really, that didn't happen as we went further, because I mainly just stuck with vehicles, especially air vehicles, and then we're not approaching and having to climb on rocks nearly as often. But, you know, it wasn't completely perfectly designed there, and I saw a couple of times where, like, a goat ran through a rock or something, like, stuff that's not really important, and it's kind of funny, but, you know, it's not perfect. So some minor points off for that. Audio, I really enjoyed the audio. I mean, everything was well voiced. The sound effects were good. You know, I really don't have any complaints there. And like I was saying before, graphically it's beautiful. The gameplay is a lot of fun. There were some times where things were a little frustrating. I don't know. I'm trying to think of some of the specific instances. You know, there were times when, amusingly, like, my vehicle I would somehow manage to find a way to run myself over with a vehicle, and that just doesn't even seem possible. One time it was a helicopter, and that was just downright funny. Occasionally on some of the missions, especially some of the big missions, they don't put good checkpoints in, so I had to like redo 10 to 15 minutes worth of stuff, and I almost failed it a second time, and that started getting a little frustrating, so they could have used a few more checkpoints in there. But overall, like, the production value was higher than I expected. I mean, the cinematics and the characters and the cutscenes, which were more abundant than I expected, they were all really well done. And you know, I was very pleasantly surprised by much of what we found. So in the end, I mean, I guess my biggest things to be aware of is that, you know, after a while it does get repetitive. It's why we only chose to explore out half the map and do half of the content per se, is because, I mean, we dropped 22 hours and I was able to go after the main boss. I didn't really feel like I wanted to drop another 20 hours or even 10 hours before going to do that. You know, if I felt like my character was going to grow astronomically more powerful by me doing this, then, you know, perhaps I would flesh that out a little bit. But like I was saying before, so much of it felt unnecessary that, you know, you could take a lot of your original stuff and be just fine. So yeah, just be aware there is almost too much content here. There's going to be more than you want. So another thing to be aware of is that this is definitely not a game for kids. The language is pretty excessive. Anytime you can have one line of dialogue that has the F word 6 times out of 7 words, you know, I mean, it's they drop the F-bomb quite regularly in the game. It's part of the everyday language of these soldiers, which may seem a little soldier-like, what you would expect of military grunts, but so just be aware of that. I also saw that the back of the box says that there's partial nudity. In the half of the game that we played, we didn't really encounter that, but it's probably in the other half somewhere. I looked on ESRB, and I think it said that there was some brief photos that showed, I think, some female nudity, but I'm not 100% on that. So thankfully we didn't encounter that. The game is fairly violent. It's not anything overly gory like a Tomb Raider or Doom or anything that's got lots of guts, but you know, you do see blood spatter out when you shoot people that are nearby and things like that. Overall, this is not a bad game. I'm going to give this a solid 80% or you know, a B minus. You know, I mean, maybe there's even a case for it being a B. You know, it's definitely not perfect. It's not everything you could possibly want, but I had a lot of fun with it. This reminded me a lot of Just Cause 3, but instead of being like crazy stuntman kind of stuff, it was a little more and arcadey. It was a little more tactical in how you approach things, and the fact that you could tackle these missions with your friends in a party. Now I've heard in some places it's a little more difficult because, you know, everybody has to be able to pay attention a little bit more. Though I often felt like the guys with me would never shoot anybody, so maybe it would work out fine. Probably depends on the players. So, but yeah, I mean, this is definitely quite an achievement to take the series from a set of linear missions into a giant open world to explore. Oh, and one thing while we're talking about exploring, I have to say they did a great job with the controls on most of the vehicles. You know, I felt like it was really accessible and really fun to drive the vehicles, and those were a little more arcadey feeling. You know, I didn't feel like I never died, hardly ever, I don't think, from crashing a helicopter or a jet, even when I probably should have. And I appreciated that that being a little more player friendly. There's a lot of game here, so you want to reload as little as possible in a game like this. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed everything. You know, let us know what you thought in your comments, and if you have any requests for our next games, you know, leave them there. Some of the things we'll have coming up is Nier Automata. Probably play through Warhammer Vermintide, which is like Left 4 Dead with giant rats instead of zombies. And, oh, what else do we have coming? There's going to be a couple other things, though. Probably Dark Souls 2 and 3 with all their DLC content will be in there at some point. I'm itching to play those. Those are my favorites, that series. So yeah, let us know what you'd like to see, though, in the comments. And if you have any thoughts or anything, I typically try to get back to you guys pretty quickly. So anyway, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you catch up with all of our upcoming projects. And give us a thumbs up to show your support. So I'm going to go ahead and skip the rest of the credits and see if there's anything else here for us to see before I end this video. Alright. It put us right back here. And we're going to get the credits. Congratulations, El Sueno is down, but you've only destabilized 44% of the cartel. You're back in Bolivia with Bowman and the rebellion. Complete 100% of the missions to unlock a new ending. I really like getting better endings. This is not one that I will be getting. The fact that we only completed 44%, that is staggering. So that means that there was like those 2 or 3 missions that we didn't complete in one of the regions, plus the other half of the map. So anyway, now that's interesting. I will take a quick look. We have 53 talent points to spend. I do want to try taking our assault rifle here, and we got a new gun called Silencio. I mean, there's a huge number of guns. Like, that's probably like 50 or 60 guns at least. At least that we haven't unlocked. Alright. So, Silencio. Oh, wait. There it is. Let's see. Oh, it's a shotgun. It's a silenced shotgun? Is that what I'm led to understand here? Oh, that's crazy. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, we've probably unlocked about 20 to 25 guns, and there's probably like, oh goodness, there's quite a lot. I mean, just for frame of reference, we unlocked 5 assault rifles. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There's 25. So we unlocked like 5% of them. And, you know, they're fun, but it's fun to get more guns, but like I was saying, they weren't really necessary. I never even looked at the faction status. I think it's funny that we could go and help the rebel forces who turned on us in the end. Anyway. Oh, no. Well, those guys should die. Yep, I saw a bunch of circles disappear on the map. This guy's gonna res us. We won't keep this going any longer. Spare you guys from any more of that. So, until next game, this is Savage Sasquatch, and I am out of here.